innovative content, global audience.
Good afternoon, and I'm reaching you live from SRTV Abuja. I am Somto Black. Today on our show on the sofa, we're going to be looking at what makes business the main business. So I'm going to be bringing someone very interesting as a guest on this show. So in case you're joining us for the very first time, On the Sofa is a show, is an entrepreneurship show where we bring in entrepreneurs, share their stories, their journeys, their challenges so far. And here on today's show, I'm sure you don't want to miss out. Please stay tuned. I have someone very special on the show, and his name is no other person but Mr. Innocent Effion. Please, can we meet you, sir?
All right. Good afternoon. My name is Innocent Young. I'm president of.
Hello, Mr. Innocent. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Hello.
hear
Can you
you
hear
now.
me? Okay.
Yes.
My name is. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Innocent Young. I'm a resident of
Sorry, Mr.
Abuja.
Innocent.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Network. Is there network? My network. Me, I'm the network. Network. The network is bad. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Hello. 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 Can you hear me? Hello. Hello.
Market for such business. So if you have an entrepreneurship spirit, you will always see opportunities where people complain. Yes, I believe business is all about solving needs. If you exchange values, then money is going to be a natural result. So I'm encouraging us this afternoon to look within. What are those potentials that are inherent in you that can fetch you money? Have you thought about that? Mm. Maybe I'm now opening your eyes to these new realities, but business is not just, what are the things you look at before you delve into a business? Mm. I wish my guest was okay. I think he's around. Okay. Hello, Mr. Innocent. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. We apologize for the network breakage. It's really very crazy over here in Nigeria. But notwithstanding, we will continue with the show. So, Mr. Effion, please, can you tell me your name and my audience what you do? Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, audience. My name is Innocent Effiong. I'm a young social entrepreneur
Okay.
in the automobile business, and also I'm a humanitarian activist as well. Thank you.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Wow, it's very very interesting and encouraging to see young Nigerians who are doing so well with their doing so much with their lives. Yes, interesting. Your profile is very very interesting, sir. Good to have you on my show. Okay, the second
Thank you very
question.
much.
This okay, thank you. It's my pleasure. Please, can you tell us what you do? Yes, tell us what you do and how you started the business. What inspired you into this business? Because this, like I said earlier, my guest, my audience on the sofa is an entrepreneurship show. So everybody we bring in on the sofa, both whether offline or online, they have something doing as in quote a business they are running. So can you tell us the business you are currently running and what inspired your journey into this particular business?
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, for me, it's a long story. That was 2000. That was 2000 and I think 2018. 2018 when I came down to Abuja. It was not really easy for me as a young graduate. Searching for job, searching for job, searching for job. It wasn't easy for me. So, but finally, as a young man, I really need to survive in the city of Abuja. So despite what I read in school, because I couldn't even secure job in the private sector or in the public sector, like the government job, like we call it the white collar job. So I have to journey, to the industry where people like mechanics, people who are into automobile repair and care. So it was unfortunate. I was lucky to secure an offer there as a manager to manage an oven. An oven is a place where they beautify car, where they paint car, where they renovate and transform car. So I was opportune to be given a role of a manager in that company. Though it was just a startup company. So I went through all this process. It wasn't easy for me because that's really not my field of academics. But being that I study public administration as an as a discipline, so I was able to have that managerial skill a little to to stay on that job. So what inspired me in that job was that seeing the young people in that space who are very talented, who have skills, but they don't have formal education. So that really inspired me to sit down and learn, and put hand on skill. So that really inspired me, and also the kind of money that sector is.
Making.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Continue, yeah.
Yeah. So the kind of money that they have in that sector, which so many young people really don't find, find interesting, because sometimes they see people in the auto mechanic space, as people who are on the, undereducated, people who don't even have qualification or the other, but in that space, there's a lot of money
On the lower
there.
rung The
So
social
I
media.
took that advantage, to sit down and learn from those young people. So
That's what.
that was what inspired me to stay in that space, to stay in that sector. And
Wow.
today, I tell I tell you that that sector is really paying me because
Wow.
I've grown and developed myself in that space. Also in that space, also I've also created a pool of young opportunity for young people also to come into that space and explore, because through that space you can also make a good living, and also do a lot. Even you can go back to school in that space. So that was what inspired me in that automobile space. Thank you.
Well, even if I end this show here, I would not even feel like I'm doing my audience any bad. I would feel justified in my heart that it has explained it all. Number one, I picked a lot from just this brief introduction, what inspired your journey. You made a profound statement that struck me. Okay, you said you combed looked for the private employment and the private sector as well as the public sector, and these jobs were not forthcoming, right? So I enjoyed that part of you, taking up initiative. Mm. And the humility, to learn something. A
And
lot of
then, yeah,
I think one of the mistakes, or one of the problems rather, of the young graduates in Nigeria is that we are not so humble to bring our heads
you
down
don't.
to learn something that can gain us money. You get. And another thing I also picked from your introduction is the courage. It actually takes courage to delve into a new ground. Yeah, it takes courage to try out new things and have that faith that I can do better in this. This is something you did not do in school. Like, you probably know, maybe you did for 4 years course at university, but I'm sure automobile was not part of it. And the last thing that really inspired me is that you did not only find yourself in there, you are now like a job employer. How will I put it? You're now developed a community. Now you've moved from the um, employee line to the employer line. That is very, very interesting. Very interesting. Even if I end the show, like I said earlier, we are good to go. So please, can you just outline some challenges in this? Because I know pretty well that automobile business is not a business for the lily livered people. It's very easy to say, I want to go into the fashion industry, I want to go into this, I want to go into that. When it comes to automobile, it sounds like very, I need millions, I need billions, I need. So, what are the major challenges? Okay, let me leave this question for later. So, for someone who wants to delve into the automobile space, what are the necessary requirements? What are the basic requirements? Because I know before money comes to play. I was interviewing somebody and I told her, "What is your problem?" And she said, "I don't have money. I don't have money." You know that after at the end, when we ended up this conversation, me and her really found out that this lady was not in need of money. Money was not the factor why she has not started. So, can you tell us the basics that we need to know and before we delve into the space of automobile business?
All
Can you
right.
tell?
All right. All right. Thank you for the question. Thank you. Thank you for that question. Okay. For me, I'd like to say, for people who intend to maybe to venture into that space, it's challenging, but I tell you, there's always a way out. What I'd advise is that you have to stay humble first. It's not about the money. It's not about most times young people in Nigeria, they will say that to start up a business, you must have money, you must have. What about volunteering? I think that is where that's where I stay on volunteering. You can enter into the automobile space, those that sell car, those that were into repairing, you can enter here as a volunteer. You must not basically know the skill, except you want to go to learn the skill, that which will take you some years, to stay on the skill. But for you to, start making it in that sector, you have to humble yourself, get in there, look for something you can support in that place. In terms of you can be a marketer, you can do a volunteer work in terms of marketing. Now social media has made it available for you to sell anything. You can sell anything anywhere on social media. You can become a social media manager to an automobile firm voluntarily. Even you can be making money there, because the more you bring client, the more you, in fact, the more your percentage, increases. You can also support in terms of, in terms of knowledge, in terms of management aspect, because most of them there are they don't have formal education. You can come in there to bring new innovation, something that has to do with knowledge that can really help to, to set up the business space and make it, something that people that can go wild. So there's a lot to do in that space for me, but you need to always stay humble.
Wow.
Like you said, you have to always stay humble when you get to a space like that, because you are looking for something. You don't need to go there and start, maybe they ask you to bring money for you to come and let the ski, but go there, have that mindset of humility to go there and say, please, I love this space. I want to be a partaker of this space. I want to add value to this space. Go in there. You must always find something to do there. I always encourage young people in that space to come. Even right now, we are lacking women, female gender in that space, and I'm encouraging women to come into automobile space. There's a huge market for young women there in that space. I'm telling you, come in there. You can be a communicator manager. You can be you can be a front deal manager who can be having deal with the client that are coming to to put up their car. There's a lot to do in that space. So I encourage young people to take advantage. Let's you must not look for white collar job and other business. That space is empty. We need more people to come. We need people to come and enlighten the people who doesn't have formal education in that space. Help them, and you can build up something from that place. In fact, the way I started, it's so amazing the way I started. And right now, I can, in fact, in my profile, in my online space, different states. Please, I want to fix my car. I want to do this. I want to do this. I can even from there, I'm referring them to other automobile space in their states. So it's a huge opportunity to come in there and explore it. Thank you very much.
That's very interesting. That's interesting. One of the things I would say about you, sir, is that the first time I actually met you in person was at the Yali picnic. There was something I noticed, and following you up after then, I noticed that you pride in volunteerism, which is lacking in our today society. A lot of young people don't want to volunteer, provided the money is not forthcoming. They are not doing it. You get, but the ability to. So are you there, sir?
I'm here.
Yes, but the
I'm
ability
here.
to put your head down and learn. I believe so much in the power of apprenticeship. No matter how much you think you know a particular thing, you need to still bring your head down to learn the skills very well. Thank you so much, sir, for being an inspiration to people out there. I'm sure that everybody
Thank you.
just tuned in and watching this show is learning a whole lot. Then another question I have for you, sir. What do you think can be done differently in the automobile space?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. That question really is a very good question, and that is what I'm trying to do in that space, because right now I was selected by NIDA, one of the federal government project, to bring young people together who are into startup, to find a more technical, approach to some kind of businesses, understand? So for me, the way forward in automobile business, I think is that there are some issues we need to address, because we have a lot of mechanics everywhere. We have a lot of roadside mechanic, and it's very, very hard for you to see people who are transparent and who are accountable. That's why you see people who owners of cars have issues with them in terms of repair, maybe overbilling in terms of car theft, even in kind of kidnapping, because most of them are just there, they're under, like undercover to be able to assess some kind of people that they can use their profile and eventually get to hurt those people. So there's a lot to do in the automobile space. So right now I'm designing an automobile app that can that can bridge those challenges in terms of car theft, in terms of overcharging, overbilling, in terms of meeting incompetent and unqualified mechanics. So I'm developing an app on that in this NIDA training I'm undergoing to see how we can bridge, so that when you in your comfort home, in your comfort zone, you can put a call. You can just at the finger of your phone or your tablet, you can just click and get any automobile service or care in your own comfort zone. You don't need to drive your car. You don't need to park your car in any automobile shop. So I'm trying to see how to revolutionize that sector to make sure that sector is safe, that people don't have issue of car theft or maybe exchange of their motor parts for more billing. So I'm looking at that sector because we really have a challenge in that sector right away. People cars are being stolen, things are being vandalized. Maybe you park your car, you don't even know who is who, because in that sector you don't know who is who. The next person who will keep your car, maybe the next person that will steal your car or create a serious damage in your car to make you spend more. So those are the challenges now we are trying to apply AI and the rest of them to see how we can solve this problem in that sector. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Hello, Mr.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, did you get my points at all?
Yes, I did. I got all your points, and they are really, really very inspiring and thought provoking as well. So, sir, that is why I always want to. I'm sure I'm still going to bring you back on this show, maybe subsequent times, because your sense of humor is really, really, really very broad, and your initiatives are not rare. We look at the front door, but nobody cares about the back door. The back
Back
door
door.
is, yes, we just want to see, because a lot of things happen in the automobile space, like you mentioned earlier, and solving the problem of insecurity. It's a major problem in
Insecurity.
Nigeria, especially in Abuja. So if we cannot address that when it comes to automobile business, then it's really crazy. Thank you so much for that beautiful initiative. So another question I'll be asking you is, Mr. F. Young Innocent, delving into a business space is beautiful, but maintaining it is another thing. A lot of people want to go into the fashion. I don't know why I'm just at the fashion industry today. Let me look for something else. Okay, a lot of people want to go into let me say entertainment space. Maybe you want to own a studio, you want to start managing artists and stuff like that. I believe that every sphere has a business part of it. So you just delve into it, and after a while, you're like, I'm not continuing again. It's backbreaking. It's painstaking. I don't think I can go. I don't go further with this business again. So this question is, what has kept you moving? What has kept you on the go in the automobile space? Because you can't tell me that there are no challenges. There are. They say big man, big wahala, poor man, small wahala. This is automobile business. Since we're talking about the automobile space, it's a very big business. So, what has kept you going? Keeping your eyes off the challenges, not like they don't exist. What has kept you going, and how well have you been able to manage these challenges as they come up?
Well, thank you very much for that question. Well, for me, what has really kept me going in that space is number one, trust, trust, trust. If you can simply give your client trust, like give your client trust, and you build that sense of accountability and transparency, I'm telling you, I don't think you will have any challenge, because your customer will always respect that. They will always, even if the time or the period to deliver your service is beyond what you agreed with them, they will still stay with you. Why? Because that issue of trust and transparency is there. So for me, what has kept me going is transparency, trust, and diligence. That has really kept me in that space, because I know they have multiple challenges, you understand. But if you can put these things in front of your services, I think there is no in fact, I think you are good to go. Like for me, that's been my motivation and my driving sense in that space. Thank you very much. Hello.
Mr. Innocent.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Innocent. Can you hear
Are
me?
you there? Yeah, I can hear you. Are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm there. I got all the points you just outlined, and they are really interesting. So I just wanted to quote it and add something to what you said. You know, competence and your skills can take you there, but character will drag you down.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. Correct, correct,
there
correct.
are a lot of politicians who their portfolios and competence got them to the corridor of power and
Oh,
got them to the highest rung of the social ladder, but their
yeah,
character
correct.
pulled them down. So, and I
Then,
don't know how many people are like, when I'm going to Wuse Market, for example, and I want to buy something like maybe jewelries. I just have this customer that I know, this is my customer. In fact, anytime I think jewelries, I'm thinking of this customer. When I think food, I think of this customer. Why is it always like that? It's because we built this trust. There's this trust in between. I know that this my customer is very good at what he does and he can never cheat me. So I would always come back to him. So when it comes to the automobile spaces, we're not talking about noodles, we're not talking about ingredients, we're talking about cars. So if you can
values.
value, yes. If you've not built your character over the years, then you cannot even handle it because you will definitely default. So character. Apart from the automobile space, let me seize this opportunity to say this out to you viewers out there. Your character will always determine whether you will be able to maintain that place you think you've arrived.
Yes,
Think about it. So before
you're
you
right.
make your corridor of power, cut your excesses. Somebody said there is a thief in all of us. Hunger and starvation brings it out. But I tell you, if you have worked on those excesses, they would not take you by surprise. Do you understand?
Sure.
People say, I betrayed myself. If you've not worked on it, then you will always get to that point where you keep betraying yourself. So that was very inspiring, Mr. Innocent. So there's something I wanted you to say that you've not said. What are the major challenges in the automobile business?
The challenges are very, the challenges are very huge challenges. You understand? Because when you be dealing with people you don't know, is a challenge at its own. People you don't know, because in that space you meet politicians, you meet all kind of people. You need people. You meet people that are hot tempered. You know, people that that they don't even want to listen. They don't even want to give you attention. What they need is that just fix my car, do this and do that. In that space we have a lot of challenges, but we always find a way. If you really have a good heart and you know how to relate with your customers very well, you can always find a way to escape them. In that space, we have the challenges we have is so much, because sometimes people will bring their car, maybe in doing the agreement, we did not check things that are inside the car, and the next time they will come back, they will say that they let so amount, they forgot so stuff inside the, but they did not even forget it, but they just came up with those things to say they forgot something. And what do? You have to provide them. You have to provide those things, though you are giving them service. We miss out in trying to take normal details of what the car came with. You understand? So those all are challenges. Also, there are other challenges that after assessing those cars, we may not properly assess them, in terms of maybe assessing the fault at a point. When you start re-enlisting those faults, they will tell you why this car did not have this fault now. So why are you coming up to bring this thing? So even in that process of trying to build trust and accountability, we still face all these kind of challenges in that sector. So it's really something that we cannot escape, but we have for us to stay in the business, we will always find a solution and find a way out to make sure that we settle it amicably. Thank you.
You, because it's very simple that even a layman can understand you. I like the way you break it down to the minute
Hello.
details. Yes.
Did you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
me? Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Yes, I think when you were answering the second or the third question, you made mention of that you've grown to the point that you now recommend people like outside Abuja. So,
Mm.
another thing I would also want to chip in this show is that you can't really do business without collaborating. I strongly believe
Yeah.
in the power
Part-
of collaboration.
Partnership.
Yes, a wise man said, if you're a bean seller, find a bread seller. So you guys can, at least if someone wants to eat bread, he would definitely want to, do the combo with beans. So how have you been able to build this community? Because I believe pretty well that your business is located in Abuja. So how have you been able to build this community outside Abuja?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Well, how I've been able to build this a business.
Yeah.
Um, is by my network in terms of the car dealers, people who are into car dealing, people who are into parts selling. We know sometimes we buy parts from them and we build that long-term relationship, and through that means they can also sort some some automobile space in their location for us, and give us trust, and we come in terms and agreement to make sure that this is our rules, trust and transparency. And in the process of engagement, we really find out that those people can really stay with our own rules and principles. So that's how we get the business, get the partnership, running without having any issue. Because once we have clients, we refer them, we call them and put them on call and say, so people need service, and they go and deliver. And when they deliver, something that really brings that brings the community and makes the community stronger and build trust in that community in automobile space. Thank you.
Wow, I wish I can go on and on, but because of time, we're going to draw the curtain here. Thank you so much for being on my show, Mr. Innocent F. Young. Beyond the automobile business, you have equally inspired us. You have, looked and delved into those aspects that ordinarily people would not want to talk about, and you spoke more on character, which is the base for every business. Thank you so much for being on my show, Mr. Innocent, once more. And hello, viewers. This is where we'll be drawing the curtain for today's edition. I hope you learned one or two things. Please do well to follow us on our social media handles. You can follow SRTV Media on the YouTube. We're also live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and please, we'd like to hear from you. We like your comments. We really want to hear from you. So until I come your way next time, my name is Somto Black. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Are you tired of endless search for the perfect property? Look no further. Let SRTV Real Estate be your trusted partner in the journey to finding your dream home.
We can offer you a dream home in a serene environment and beautiful ambience, surrounded with modern nature. That's definitely what you crave for. Well, you asked for it, and here we have it. Why not live the best of your dreams by making do with time, space, and value? The smartest form of real estate investment is that which is done at the initial public offer.
Join the long list of satisfied clients who have chosen SRTV Real Estate for all their property needs. We pride ourselves in turning your dreams into homes.
SRTV Logistics is here. Are you into a restaurant business? We are here to help you move your goods from one place to another. If you're moving your goods out of the country or within the country, you can come to us.
Trust us to handle your deliveries with the utmost care and professionalism, ensuring your items reach their destination safely and on time. Don't settle for anything less.
We're part of the global supply chain of helping goods to move from one point of origin to the point of consumption according to the needs of customers. You can contact us with the numbers on the screen or email us at